I was born.
So that was from the end of the movie One Night in Miami, directed by Regina King and written by Kemp Powers, who also wrote the stage play. It stars Eli Goree as Muhammad Ali, then known as Cassius Clay, Alden Hodge as Jim Brown, Sam Cooke by the absolutely incandescent Leslie Odom Jr., and Kingsley playing Malcolm X. Now, I love this movie. I've seen it at least, or I think I watched it for like the 5th time last night. And the performance which impressed me the most from the very beginning was Aldis Hodge's. Because while there's a lot of talking going on, he participates in much less of it than the other characters. And in this room, you have Malcolm X, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, and Sam Cooke. All 4 of these men were known as the greatest in their fields, in their lines of endeavor at the time. So this happened February 1964, the night that Cassius Clay, not yet Muhammad Ali, won the world championship for the first time at 22 years old. So you have all, and the wild thing about this, I mean, it's one of those stories that is too wild. I mean, it doesn't even too wild to be true, and yet it is. Because exactly what happened is this. These 4 guys went to Malcolm X's hotel room, and they spent the evening talking. Nobody really knows what was said. Jim Brown hasn't been terribly forthcoming. He's the only one left to confirm what happened, or to give us insight into the conversation. I am perfectly happy not knowing exactly what happened, but I feel like, given what we know of these public figures, that I feel comfortable with what Kemp Powers came up with. And the wild thing is like, they're all buddies. They're like friends. And they're these iconic figures who just seem like dudes getting together to chew the fat, right? That's all they are. They're just hanging out with friends. And it's cool. And what Aldis Hodge's performance does, it continually reminds us that yes, while they are 4 men who are friends getting together to talk, that is the Muhammad Ali. That is the Malcolm X. That is the Sam Cooke. In his performance, he carries himself as Jim Brown, like a man who's a grenade with the pin out. There's a line, there's a moment in the movie where the conversation starts to get real heated. He said, he says something like, you guys have brought the knives out. If I get cut, somebody's gonna get hurt. He is brilliant in this movie. But I also, because I felt as if Ben-Adir's performance was good, was excellent, but it felt thrown in my face a lot, and I felt as if Aldis Hodge's performance was completely overlooked. I didn't give as much focus to it. And this time around, I really paid attention to the conversation between him and Sam Cooke and his own. It was an operatic performance. It had highs to lows to It was a beautiful performance. And there are movies, because you know how I feel about directors, right? You know, they're good at following directions because you got it all right there in the script. There are movies where it doesn't matter because you've got 8,000 people working on the set. You have a huge cast, and you're basically just making sure that the schedule gets kept or doing your best to. But the role that Regina King took as director in this film is much more that of a stage director, and they are much more involved in the artistic, in the artistry of the play, and she took that role because the play takes place within four walls for the most part. And it is all dialogue. It is all dialogue, which is very, very theatrical, as in terms of stage plays. And so that requires a level of choreography, of movement, and of shots, you know, to know who to put the camera on when. That it's quite a few notches above what a lot of directors have to do in terms of artistry in their work. So I was like thrilled by the fact that Regina King did what she did. And I'm just like, dude, just go back and watch the movie. Even if you have seen it already, watch it again, because it'll give you something different a little bit each time. It's just such a beautiful gem of a movie, and I can't believe that it exists. I can't believe that this like little piece of history, completely unknown for the most part, history is a thing, and so I enjoy it very much. Again, that's One Night in Miami. It's available on Prime Video. Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, Malcolm X, and Jim Brown together in one room for one night. And what's fascinating, and what's really poignant about it, is that by 1965, both Sam Cooke and Malcolm X are no longer alive, both assassinated. And it kind of makes me wonder if Sam Cooke's turn towards using that voice for the movement more, whether or not there were people, because there's a documentary, I think it's called The Two Murders of Sam Cooke. Anyway, there's a documentary, I think it's on Netflix, check it out, which talked about how he was seriously powerful. Not just powerful, but disruptively powerful, disruptive to the industry in the way that he was exercising his power. And doing so at a time and in a place where it was kind of mobbed up at the time in various places, and also the parts that weren't mobbed up were not happy with what he was doing. And so there is a lot of mystery surrounding his unaliving. But I do wonder about the fact that not long, like within the year, he's gone. Not long after this song comes out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Please do watch the movie. Enjoy it.